I think you got to lead by example. So one thing for sure is, you got to work with the guys, and, you can't always just be driving around and pointing. To get the most out of your crew, I think you really need to work with them and show them that I can do these jobs with them as well. You can't do it all the time because at some point you still have to manage, but to show them that you're still willing to do the job so you also delegate to them, I think goes a long way. I think one of the best pieces of advice I got from Tom Leahy, who I interned for and worked for years, a guy who I've always looked up to, is, you got to learn how to manage yourself before you manage others. I think what drives you to do this is, especially on our end, when you have such a light crew sometimes, you chase having perfect days. You chase it. Then you get a storm and it sets you back. But then once you drive around at lunchtime and you see it and you're like, I think today is the day where everything is just in place. That's kind of like the satisfaction. That's what you drive for, just that perfect day where you say, you know what, everything came together.
So, Evan,
Captain,
my friend, tell us about how you got into the golf industry.
I went to Buffalo State and I got my 4-year bachelor in political science. I graduated, didn't know what I was going to do. I went home. I worked the summer at the golf course. One guy came in one day and he said, you can go to school for this. I said, no, you can't. And I went online that night. I researched it. And sure enough, there were all these state university programs. And then I found SUNY Delhi, joined the 2-year degree. And then after that, I did an internship with Tom Leahy at Sleepy Hollow. Mm-hmm. And that was it's history from there.
How was that? How was that experience for you?
That was great. My world changed from what I expected in golf courses, from way upstate New York, mm-hmm. Where it's $30, $40 a round,
right,
to the Disney World of golf is what I told everyone this was, down in the metropolitan area. Like every course is Disney World compared to what we're used to.
How many years were you an assistant for Tom?
10 years.
10 years, and you moved from like second to first after?
Correct, yep.
Yeah. Talk about Tommy as a mentor to you.
I still talk to people about him and reference him. He's just one of those guys who probably shaped me. I didn't go somewhere where you just go rake bunkers or can water. You did everything, and he let you know when you weren't doing everything. Mm-hmm. So in terms of shaping young kids, it's a great place to go.
Let's talk about Patriot Hills. How long have you been here?
I've been here for 5 years now.
And this is a town-owned?
This is town-owned.
But a high-end public facility.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the properties that surround this entire golf course, what's called Letchworth Village, really basically what was a self-sustainable insane asylum, owned power grid, farm, 100% separate, didn't need anything from the outside. It shut down years ago, so now the town of Stony Point owns about half the land, and the town of Haverstraw owns about half the land.
And 33,000 rounds, that's a lot of golf.
That's a lot of golf.
What do they charge for a round?
They charge, the peak rate's $120 on the weekend for non-residents.
Including your cart?
Including, you can't walk this place.
Oh, yes, I well know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got married at Sleepy Hollow?
We got married at Sleepy Hollow where we met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what'd she do there?
She worked, she started off in the restaurant there.
Okay.
As an assistant manager.
Right.
So.
It was love at first sight?
Not quite. It took a couple times of convincing her to talk to me.
Really?
Yeah, it did.
She's tough, Sally.
Yeah. One time when there was an outing, I took her out to the pond to go see the turtles, sealed the deal.
Turtles always seal the deal.
That was it.
I totally agree. You recently were blessed with a baby girl.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ariana. What a experience that been, just being a new parent.
Yeah. That was something I thought was going to be tough, having a kid at the end of July. Because before I would just always come in all the time, and even if I had nothing to do, why would I stay home? I just go into work. Mm-hmm. So I think it really showed me that, there's something more than just work, and having that balance is very important.
And how old is Ariana now?
She's 10 and a half months.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for
problem.
spending time with me, my friend.
Yeah,
And this was a real pleasure. Thank you.
no problem, Kev.
Yeah.